Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. Today I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to what I broke down in yesterday's video, which is the big trending story right now that a trusted inside source, someone who has leaked a lot of information that pretty much has always been true in the past, has claimed that he has inside information to verify Fallout New Vegas 2 is currently in development right now. And alongside this, he also claims to have knowledge about when Starfield should come out and the development timeline of the Elder Scrolls 6 and also somehow Fallout 5. And normally I don't talk about this stuff in videos because, like I said, unless there's direct evidence to back up someone's claim, no matter how credible they are, they could be wrong. And well, I guess I'm proving myself right here because I'm doing a follow-up video to yesterday's video where I did break this leak down. But at the time, this seemed very credible, and I guess still is credible. It hasn't been debunked so far. However, since I did yesterday's video, some people have actually reached out to me, some of my trusted inside sources, to kind of ask me to look into this situation in a different perspective. And I don't want to talk about that or state anything they said, but after looking into this situation a little bit more and finding out a couple things and kind of reiterating some knowledge I've already had, I kind of am starting to believe that this leak may not be true, or this inside tip leak, whatever you want to call it. And real quick, all due respect to Tyler McVicker, because out of any post, any Reddit post, any video, anything to do with any inside tip, anytime Tyler McVicker talks about anything, the community support for him is greater than anything I've seen for any gaming leaker, inside source, whatever out there. People really back this person up, and it seems like the majority of what Tyler McVicker has ever said in terms of an inside source and inside leak has always been true, except for a couple of things which I guess weren't his fault, because at the time it was true, but then plans changed and canceled whatever project he was leaking or talking about. But the point of the matter is, all due respect to Tyler McVicker, he's a very credible person in terms of Valve and stuff. However, I don't know how credible he is in terms of Bethesda, but the point is, in today's video I will be giving you my opinion on things, and some of these opinions will be negative, but they will be solely focused on his statements about Fallout New Vegas 2, since I've looked into this situation a little bit further, and since some people have reached out and told me a couple things. But I will say, before YouTube tries to demonetize this video, or Tyler claims of this video, I don't think he would do that, but just in case something like that happens, I will be showing a short clip of one of his videos, which is the source of this trending thing. And YouTube, I have to show this short clip because this is me breaking this trending situation down that this short clip is related to in a journalist style way, giving you my thoughts on the situation and giving you an updated breakdown of anything there is to take away from the statements in this video. I'm not saying anything in this video to try to condone any negative statements or trolling or any actions taken towards Tyler McVicker. Respect the guy. He seems like a very stand-up guy, and he's been true in the past. However, I will be saying some negative things in this video. Now, real quick, if you haven't watched my video yesterday where I break this entire inside tip down, I highly suggest you do before going forward with this one, because not only do I break it down in its entirety, but I also give you my thoughts on what would happen if this tip, this inside leak about Fallout New Vegas 2 was actually legit. I break down how I think it would all work if it was true. But today's video, I'm going to update my thoughts on why I think it's fake and give you kind of some direct evidence to support this. But the TL Doctor is a trusted inside source for a lot of information from Valve and stuff, has stated that he has inside information to not only confirm that Fallout New Vegas 2 is actually going to happen, but also he claims to have inside information about a ton of other games and release date information or timelines for Starfield, the Elder Scrolls 6, and some out Fallout 5. And all this comes from a video he uploaded on his YouTube channel, and I'll go ahead and I'll play you a short clip real quick before breaking all this down and telling you why I think it's fake. Again, I'm showing you this clip for the sole purpose of news, journalism, and breaking it down to tell you why I think I don't believe it, at least from a professional perspective. Remember, I respect you, Tyler. No one trolls Tyler. Maybe he does have inside information. This is my opinion here, but here's the clip.
The plan is that for every Valve video, there'll be 2 non-Valve videos. I have no intention of uploading more than once or at most twice a week, but the content I have lined up is exciting. To preview what I have been working on, I have a significant amount of information on the Nintendo Super Switch, Nintendo's plans for Mario's 35th anniversary, anniversary following the previous limited time announcements, Nintendo's plans for Zelda's 35th anniversary, Nintendo's tentative and rumored 2021 and 2022 release timeline, The Outer Worlds DLC 2, aka Murder on Eridanos, I have pretty much everything for, along with information on Obsidian's recently announced Elder Scrolls killer Avowed. I have pretty much everything on Back 4 Blood. I have a lot of information on Doom Eternal's second DLC. I have a lot of information on Fallout 76, Starfield, Deathloop, Fallout New Vegas 2, The Frontier. A lot of information on the Nintendo GigaLeaks, The Elder Scrolls 6, and oh my god, so much more.
And that's a lot of stuff. He has trusted sources from Valve, but not only does he apparently have trusted sources from Bethesda now, but as you can see, a whole lot of other companies, even Nintendo, who generally don't leak anything and are pretty legit at keeping stuff contained for the most part. But like I said, all that said, everything I'm about to say is about this leak, and I don't think it's legit. I don't think he has inside information about Fallout New Vegas 2. I don't think he has inside information about Fallout 5, or maybe he has inside information about the Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, but I'm going to tell you why I think all this. The first thing is, let's look at the context of the video and how he makes all these statements. He's listing this stuff because he is indeed listing things he has inside information, like in anonymous tips, whatever, about. He's saying this because he has information he can leak, not because he has speculation about these games he wants to talk about. Because, for instance, in this entire list of games, he mentions Doom Eternal's second expansion, second DLC, and nothing is known about that at all. So if he has information on that, he has inside information on that, and since this inside information of Doom Eternal is on the list of all these other games by how language and grammar and structure works, he has inside information on everything he lists here, including Starfield and Fallout New Vegas 2 and so on and so forth. But with that in mind, he seems to have a lot of stuff about all these different games and all these different projects, which is strange, but he doesn't want to give us any of the information. In fact, he's telling us he'll give us that information in future videos on his channel. So if we want it, we have to subscribe, turn that bell on, and make sure that we stay tuned to his updates and uploads and watch all of his videos if we want that information. And while that might be a valid way, I guess, to try to get new viewers and subscribers, the thing is, it reminds me of that borderline shady tactic that you see actual cable news channels use. Like you're waking up in the morning, it's 8 a.m., you have your coffee, you turn on the news, and you hear the news anchor say, "Something in the water could make you turn into a reptile that dies in the sunlight. Find out what this is at 10 p.m. No, news anchor, tell me what it is now. Tell me now at 8 a.m. I drink water, dude. I don't want this to happen. Tell me what's in the water now. I don't want to wait 12 hours to find out and watch your program." That's exactly what Tyler McVicker's tactic here in his video reminds me of. Oh, I have inside information about Fallout New Vegas 2, something no one talks about ever and is probably never going to happen, but here I am mentioning it's confirmed. And on top of that, Doom Eternal's second update, which no one knows about, and I have information on Nintendo, Starfield, and the Elder Scrolls 6. It seems like he's just listing any topic, any game he can list that would gain a lot of attention immediately. And like I said, all due respect to Tyler McVicker, this dude has probably the best credible track record of inside tips, but that's just what I think it is. And even though I think that, I still respect the guy, and I still think it's possible he might be right. I'm just telling you my opinion on things. But opinions aside, I have a fact. An actual fact, which is better than an opinion. Maybe I should have started with a fact, but I have an actual fact to back up this as well, and this is something that comes from several Phil Spencer statements, Phil Spencer being a direct, high-level executive of Microsoft and Xbox, and this has to do with the Bethesda and Microsoft purchase. And as you know, the Bethesda and Microsoft purchase is not finalized yet. It's not over yet. It actually has to get approved by the government and will be finalized probably within the first quarter of 2021. But with that in mind, it probably will go through. It almost certainly will go through, and there will be no issues to stop or cancel out this Microsoft purchasing Bethesda. And with that in mind, Phil Spencer has said numerous times publicly, when asked about future plans between Microsoft and Bethesda, that not only would it be illegal for Phil Spencer to actually talk about their plans, but it would be completely highly illegal for Microsoft and Bethesda to communicate with each other in any way whatsoever about what they would do once this partnership is through, once this purchase is through, meaning what Microsoft would want Bethesda to do with their IPs, meaning it would be highly illegal for Bethesda or for Microsoft to even ask Bethesda to allow Obsidian to make this Fallout New Vegas 2. And the fact is, that would have to happen. For Obsidian to be making Fallout New Vegas 2 in any way, shape, or form, in any capacity, even very, very early pre-development stages, there would have had to be some sort of conversation between Obsidian, Microsoft, and Bethesda. And that would be very, very illegal, even for Obsidian to communicate with Bethesda, because Obsidian is owned by Microsoft, and with Obsidian communicating with Bethesda about what they would do with Fallout during this purchase would be seen as Microsoft communicating with Bethesda, because when you purchase a company, you get all of their intellectual property, all their trademarks, all that stuff, because that's generally what is always used when you value a company during a purchase like this. And the fact is, this is probably the largest gaming-related purchase in gaming history, meaning Microsoft and Bethesda, because Microsoft dropped $7 billion on Bethesda. $7 billion, and even for a huge giant like Microsoft, that's a gigantic chunk of change. Like, they're not going to risk a huge investment like that just so Todd Howard and Phil Spencer can take black limousines through the streets at 11 p.m. at night and, like, silently go through the streets and meet in like a deep underground basement conference room with the blinds closed so they can discuss Fallout New Vegas 2 and whatever else Microsoft would want Bethesda to do. I mean, even though Bethesda and Microsoft could totally probably get away with like a one-on-one meeting between executives and discuss this stuff, the fact is, why would they? Why would they risk a $7 billion investment when they could just wait a few months? That would be stupid. That would be dumb. If it was a $100,000 deal, maybe I could see them like risking this and having a secret meeting where they do discuss this stuff. But I don't think they did. I really don't, in any way, shape, or form, and I think it would be kind of silly to assume that they did, because not only is this a $7 billion deal, this is a high-profile deal. Even journalist sites outside of the gaming industry sphere are talking about this. This is a very big $7 billion purchase. You don't see these types of purchases every day, especially in the gaming industry, and a lot of eyes are on this. So with that in mind, they're definitely not going to risk breaking the law to discuss Fallout New Vegas 2 or any other future plans. I mean, like, that's just stupid. Like they're having this meeting, and Phil Spencer's like, all right, Todd Howard, we want you to let Obsidian make... Wait a second. Oh, I thought there was the feds out there. The feds trying to stop our secret Fallout New Vegas 2 plans, Todd, but we want you to let Obsidian make a game! Like, there's no way they're gonna do that and risk $7 billion. It's just stupid. I don't think I need to explain it anymore, but opinions aside, and all due respect for Tyler McVicker, Trevor Phillips, and whatever, the fact is it's highly illegal for Bethesda and Microsoft to communicate in any way about what their future plans would be, and with the knowledge that this is a $7 billion deal, I think that's more than enough evidence to basically confirm that there would be no conversations happening about Fallout New Vegas 2. There would be no conversations happening about Bethesda and Microsoft's future between the two of them at all, and with that alone, that kind of disproves that Fallout New Vegas 2 is confirmed in any capacity, because it can't even be a pre-development drawing on a chalkboard right now in any of Bethesda's or Microsoft's offices at all. There's no absolute way it could be confirmed, basically, is what I'm saying, and that's a fact. Unless some sort of huge, highly illegal thing happened, an illegal conversation, the risk of $7 billion deal happened, unless that conversation happened, this is not confirmed. And you can't say that Tyler McVicker wasn't saying he has information on it. You can't say he wasn't saying he wasn't confirming the game was happening, because in that same conversation, he was saying he has inside information on knowledge about things that no one knows about yet. So, I mean, the actual canvas of the conversation is inside tips about things that are confirmed to occur, and Fallout New Vegas 2 is listed on that. And in combination with that, something that kind of I mentioned in my video yesterday, his timeline that he mentioned on Twitter about when he thinks Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6, and Fallout 5 would come out, I disagree with that too. And I did say I disagree with that in yesterday's video, but my thoughts on when Starfield is going to come out is this year. Like I said in yesterday's video, I believe Test 6 will come out probably 2024 2024 or 2025, and Fallout 5 sometime between 2028 and 2030. And I believe it will take Bethesda Game Studios less time to make games because they have expanded a lot greatly. But with the progression of gaming technology and just gaming as a whole, games are getting bigger, especially open world RPGs, and it takes longer to make these games even as the studios get larger. But either way, that's my follow-up to this situation. I shouldn't have to do another video on this inside tip about Fallout New Vegas 2 unless new information comes forward, but since some of my sources reached out to me and since I looked into the situation a little bit further and rediscovered the fact that there's no way this conversation could have happened because, like I said, it would have been highly illegal, I decided to share my updated thoughts with you all today. But that's everything. Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoy the content, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn notifications on. And if you enjoy the content, be sure to share the video and the channel, as channels only ever grow if the community actually shares videos and the channel. And like I've been saying in my latest videos, the YouTube algorithm is a harsh mistress and is very hard to please, and if you want to help the channel grow, share content, share my video, ask people to subscribe, because the channel is growing slow because the algorithm is rough. And since I've been asking you all to do this, the channel's been growing a lot faster, so I highly appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing. And speaking of appreciation, huge shout out to these amazing people and everyone else who has supported the channel over the last couple of days. These people, these great people, have brought you content like this by going above and beyond to support the channel. And if you want to get your name added to this list and get a permanent video shout out forever on all my future videos, you can support the channel by going over to Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. For anyone who has supported the channel the last few days, like I keep saying, I'm going to make a new list that I will add to my future videos at the end of this week. So if you've supported the channel recently, check at the end of the week for your name to be added to this list. Links for all this and more are down in the description below. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when I can't wait for
It just works.